What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about some muln. This is older news, but I figured it's worth considering right now just because of kind of where we're sitting. Basically, it's saying on April 29, 2022, muln filed its ATVM loan application for the muln 1 EV cargo van program. Funds will be used to accelerate high-volume EV cargo van production at muln's manufacturing facility outside of Tunica, Mississippi. So what does it do for us? Well, we can go over some of those details too in brief. I guess we don't want to bore you, but they did submit their pre-qualification on April 25th, and then it was invited to submit its loan application on April 29th. We are proud to announce the submission of our ATVM loan application for the muln 1 EV cargo van, said DM. And basically, we began our ATVM loan journey in 2019, and the DOE has been following our progress since then. I want to thank the entire muln automotive team for working diligently on this submission. I also want to thank the DOE for their continued support of our initiative to put Americans back to work. So we do know that a lot of that production is going to take place here in the States, which is nice to hear. Get some jobs that are going to be created eventually here in the States. It says this is a huge milestone for us with many more to follow. The ultimately, what is it going to do? Well, with the LPO, the loan program, with that ATVM, it's set out there basically to give companies an access to capital. So it says the LPO can provide debt capital at U.S. Treasury rates for automakers and their supplier investments in fuel-efficient vehicles and component manufacturing. LPO has approved more than $8 billion in low-cost loans to ATVM projects. Got flexible financing and a commitment to their project partners. We like to hear that kind of stuff. It's an easy way, I guess, for muln to not have to go as deep into their pockets for some of the things that they want to do. So what value can this LPO bring to the project? Basically, access to debt capital, flexible custom financing, committed partnerships. So lenders, they often prefer to engage with a project when the deal is fully formed. However, LPO encourages early engagement during project development. So maybe that's what we were seeing back there, was a little bit of that engagement before the project was fully under wraps. But now that we have the project, hopefully going forward, they'll be a little bit more involved, and we'll see where that takes us. How's our short interest looking for the day? 23.76% live short interest, and that's clocking in at 79.68 million. So cost to borrow average around 11.25. What a crazy day in the markets, huh? Could every day just be an election day? Like, you get one day and then we'll see how you do. If you do okay, maybe you'll come back to work the following day, and then if you don't, well, the people are going to choose something different. What a day. I mean, the volatility was insane. You could have made money on the upside and the downside. Violent swings in both directions. Good money-making opportunities. We'll see how it all comes together in the end. You know, is it going to stay? Is it not? That's the question. What do we got? We got Lucid earnings today, and we have NIO earnings in a couple of days. So keep an eye on those. You know, we've saw Tesla's earnings. They've just been getting smoked post earnings. So how's it going to go for Lucid? How's it going to go for NIO? Is it going to kind of continue that same pattern? Maybe. I mean, there's a strong possibility, right? If Tesla's getting burned, first mover advantage, kind of the EV monster right now, and some of these other companies might just be a little bit bearish on what's going to come out, but we'll see how that's going to impact. I think it's going to have an impact on the EV sector. I mean, I think they're all kind of going to fluctuate to a similar degree, kind of throwing the EVs into a basket of how they're all going to perform. But let's look at the charts where we all started, right? When we started talking about what all was going on with muln and how it was all going to come together, we started talking about these Fibonacci circles, the rings that we were waiting for. We had our trading plan and called out some nice moves in between there. But this is where I was really kind of starting the channel around, kind of basing it all off of. and we saw that we got that breakout of the trend line, got the retest, and it was kind of wanted to push from there, right? It saw the Fibonacci circle coming, and it's like, how do we get up and over this? So it was just buy, and then right at the circle we got hit with the sell. But still kind of in a trend line, so I'm not angry. This is kind of where I was hoping that some of that volatility. Obviously, you can hear my AMC price alerts going off. They have earnings today too, so things are probably going to get a little bit crazy there. And this video probably won't do very well because a lot of you guys will be over there watching the AMC earnings, listening to Adam Aron and what he has to feed you. So let's see. I mean, looking at the RSI on the 1 hour, it's right in the middle. It's not where I want to see it sitting. The 4 hours taking just a little bit of a breather, but that's okay. We're checking this trend line, so we would expect that. Getting a nice little bounce off of the 50 on our RSI as far as the 30-minute goes, and the 5 minutes trying to push its way back up there. So I want to see if any kind of nice action's going to come into play, and kind of where we go from there. I mean, somebody is definitely buying. Look at the volume in these candles. There's a lot of interest that is still coming in here. Is this going to be our new volume? 200 plus days. That's crazy to be cranking out 200 million plus all the time. We're going to see if this ever wants to settle down or if this is just kind of our new trading range. I would think that it would settle down. Looking at kind of our volume shelves, I mean, we got rejected at the 30-cent range, and we can see the volume steps back right there around that, in between 30 and call it, about 31 cents. It's a very small pocket, but it stopped us a couple of 1, 2, 3 times there. So we just need to see if the buyers are going to step in that 30 to 31 cent range and really just kind of crank us up into this next area where we get a little bit more activity that goes on. But overall, I think it's still looking good. We've been a whole lot higher. I'll admit that. I'll be the first to admit that. But we just take it bit by bit, piece by piece. So let's see if we can reclaim this 32 cents and where we go from there. I really want to see it continue to respect this trend line. I would really like to see it get back up here if possible, which would put us, in that 32 to 34 cent range whenever, if ever, it wants to get back up in there. But somebody's buying. Somebody's definitely buying, and we'll just see whenever they want to take control. So I appreciate you guys coming back and watching another one. I will catch you in the next video. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.